It looks like the centripetal gravity ring has broken on the space station where the dinosaurs live, and they're all in free fall. We should try to fix that. It's time for Aaron Does It Wrong in support of Casey Hudson and WorldWorkings.com. The Pongobel are a species that did participate in intergalactic diplomacy before a plot point took place. As such, they have space stations that are retrofitted as monitoring and defense points at their galactic borders. We'll make ours from another discarded projector bulb. This grate will be the hangar where shuttles and courier ships can dock. I will carefully cut 3 holes into the grate with a knife. The edges of the docking ports will have to be hardened against accidental collision. This will prevent damage to either the space station or the spaceships. I'll use clay for this, which I will cure with wood glue. I love the shapes that come from this toy spaceship, and I'm going to use parts for my station. This is essentially a small city in space, and the size of the habitat ring needs to reflect that it can sustain tens of thousands of Pongobel. This old tire will make an ideal habitat ring. I'll attach other bits of toy, including this heat dissipation module for the city. Since there is a clear hierarchical military structure, the military leadership is separated from the military science population. This smaller wheel is the military command ring. I need to enclose the hangar bay to reduce the mass of the structure, so that it will look more like real-world space stations. I know that I should have done this before attaching everything together, but I rarely go into these builds with a plan. Math is important because it teaches order of operations, and while I'm good at math, I clearly need a refresher on order of operations. I will remove the city habitat ring to make it easier to fill the inside of the city though, and then reattach it. Now I can attach greeblies onto interesting places. Since the screws are proportionally too big, I will cover them with these round wood bits to hide the screws. I primed this gray to try to represent potential depth, but I want the station to be white. I'll use 2 coats and try to get this as smooth as possible. With this metallic watercolor paint, I'll make the heat dissipation vents copper, and the habitat rings metallic blue. The hangar bay will be gold, but this is a very thin layer since there is little need to protect against cosmic rays in this section. Then I can highlight all the greeblies, and the rotors to spin the habitat modules are painted black. A black wash will show the crevices in the model. Then I can paint an interesting design on the hangar, and highlight the edges of the greeblies to bring them forward. With that, I present a Pongobel space station. This is used to defend the borders of Pongobel space, and maybe to monitor spy probes that may or may not be used to keep up with galactic politics. Please support Casey Hudson by visiting WorldWorkings.com. This has been Aaron Does It Wrong.